Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Metal Magdalene with Jet right here on Metal Messiah Radio. Tonight we have a special guest with us. We have Donald Tardy of Obituary back on the show. Welcome back to the show.
Hi, Jet. How are you doing?
Doing great. So, Don, Obituary, one of the most successful death metal bands of all time. So what do you attribute to that success?
Jeez, I don't know, but that was big words.
Thanks.
I get. You know what? I attribute to one fact. We are best friends. This band, the band members, we truly just enjoy being around each other. And whether it's music related or not, we have been friends for a long time. And anyone that has been in a band long enough, you know, it's not about being on stage and performing together, because that's fun to play music together. It's about a relationship and living those other 23 hours off stage, and being on airplanes and living out of backpacks and hotels and vans and buses, and we do that well now, because we simply we get along and we like being around each other.
That's amazing. For all these years, like you and John and Trevor together since the beginning of this, like you said, traveling all over. Do you never get sick of each other?
I don't know. I mean, I can't get sick of it because I am a drummer. I've been interested in drums since I was 7 years old, and that's 40 years ago, and I was playing immediately. By 8 or 9 years old, I already knew that that's what I kind of wanted to do. John Bonham and Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath songs started entering my brain, and I was like, oh my God, I want rock and roll, and I want to be a bearded drummer and just beat the shit out of drums, and this is what I want to do. And the next thing I know, by 1981, I met Trevor. We were kids, and he saw me like going to school and playing my snare drum in class and stuff, and he begged his mom to buy him a guitar, and that's how it was born. And now 30-something years later, we call this thing Obituary.
And you know, you guys toured everywhere doing shows and fests all over the world. So how has, the touring experience changed for you now that you're not a little kid anymore, Donald?
Well, as a 20-year-old and 30-year-old, I don't know if it's soaked in, like, when it comes to, it's probably about like a young quarterback in the NFL, where even if you're at the top of your game, during the game, I don't know if you know the word appreciate it and let it soak in. And it's kind of the way it was as a young drummer. We were exploding, we were getting very popular, and the albums were selling, and we were on tour, and we were playing shows night after night in front of big crowds and then massive festival crowds. And I never really remember saying to myself as a 20-year-old or 25-year-old or 35-year-old, I don't really remember saying, this is amazing. I'm playing this song right now on stage at a show in Holland. But now, at 47 years old, for the last decade or 15 years, I really do have that ability, which I didn't when I was young, to really just go, really? I mean, I'm sitting here playing a festival of the songs I love that I write for fans that are freaking out on my music, and that's kind of what I didn't have when I was younger, and now I can literally just take it in and just soak it in, and it took a while, but I finally figured that out.
Well, you're older now, and plus when you're younger too, it's kind of overwhelming. I mean, you're going to all these different countries, you're kids from Florida?
Yeah, exactly. And I guess that goes back to your point in your first question and back to what I was trying to explain is at 25 or 20 years old, 25 years old, 30 years old, I would, you'd go, and of course when you first made it to Europe or first made it to South America, you would play a show, and then on an off day you would try and go walk around and check it out and go see the monument or this, and say, oh my God, I'm in Paris, I'm supposed to do this. And then years after years of touring, it's funny, you'd make it home, and your friends or your wife or girlfriend would say, hey, how was it? Or did you guys see a lot? And we would be like, no, I didn't even bother. I didn't go anywhere. I stayed on the bus. We pulled into Paris. No, I didn't go walk around. Why not? Because I've been there 35 times. I don't care. All I want to do is play a great show and stay healthy.
Yeah.
And it's just funny that you tried it. I tried it, early on in the career, just kind of seeing things, and then you just realize that, you know what, it's about the show and the fans, and staying focused on that tour and staying healthy, and enjoying that part of it, enjoying that small little part of the town or parking lot that you're in the venue, and just walking and getting some food, but not necessarily taking a train ride to the Eiffel Tower just to go do it again, because it's about the show, it's about the fans. Hang out at the club and meet some of the fans that show up early.
So, Don, today we're here to talk about the new album, but before we do, you guys released a live EP. Now, what the media was given was like, here's some singles with 12 bonus tracks on it. It was just really weird the way they did it. And last year we had Terry on telling us a little bit about that. So tell us a little bit about the inception of that album. I mean, how did that single with 12 bonus tracks come about?
Well, it's exactly kind of what you just explained and described and thought through and said out loud. We knew what we wanted. We were excited about some new songs we were writing, and we were like, my God, we know there's an album coming out. So we were still really busy with Inked in Blood release and still touring all the festivals last year, back and forth in the summertime. But we were already writing new music because Terry's been in the band now for a couple of years. Ken is now the newest member of the band. He's been here for a couple of years now. We're all getting along so well. It's so much fun to create music that we said, my God, we're already sitting on like 2 new songs. We got all these other ones that we're kind of writing. Let's give the fans a little taste of what the new album sounded like. And at the same time, we were on tour in America with Cannibal Corpse. And our live engineer is also our studio guy in America, Joe Sincata. And he was recording. He had his full Pro Tools rig on the road with him. And he was recording night after night, and we were listening back to these recordings, and we're like, my God, every city is just sounding crushing, and it's amazing to hear the different production every night, and the crowd sounds, the bands perform it night after night, and we just said, you know what, this would be an amazing release. Let's give the fans 2 brand new songs, 10,000 Ways to Die and Loathe. Let's put Loathe as the exclusive track, just the single for that release only, and then the single for the new album, and let everyone know 10,000 Ways to Die is going to be on the new album, and that is what the new album is starting to sound like. And the 11 songs in 11 different cities in America, that was simply just a bonus of the band going, fuck it, why not? I mean, that's a cool idea. Make it only like $8, $9 for the release, and do 2 brand new songs and 11 live tracks from the 11 different cities in America. And that's how it was. Like it was an immediate thought and decision from the band. We're like, this is simple. We got it. We already recorded the whole tour. Let's pick some badass songs, and let's give the fans 2 brand new songs and get them excited.
And for live tracks, they sounded great, so I could understand why you did that. I was like, well, I mean, I play them. I don't usually play a lot of live tracks on the radio because by the time you actually play it, it's just not the same, and you rather hear
that is a tribute to 2 different things. Joe Sincata is a badass. He is an amazing studio guy. He does the Suffocation albums. He does a lot of the stuff up there in New York, and he is Obituary's live sound guy. So he brought in that Pro Tools rig and recorded us fabulously every night. And then let's not look past these old guys on stage that are more tight and solid and together, and the engine is running very well right now. All pistons are firing with this Obituary engine, and it was just a great chemistry of recording us every night when we were on fire on that Cannibal Corpse tour. Creator tour. Holy shit.
The new album, okay, self-titled Obituary, out March 17th. Now, why did you guys decide it was now time for the self-titled release?
Yeah, I mean, why not? It's been 30 years. I mean, that's a big mark.
Yeah.
And it's the 10th album. It's not the 9th one. This is the 10th studio record with Obituary. So after 3 decades and 10 albums, we saw that logo. We knew that was going to be a classic death metal album cover that fans could stare at all the details and the faces and the blades and the Obituary creature logo. And we said, why put some word over it or 4-word title? let's just call that thing Obituary and make it what it's supposed to be. And it felt right. It just felt like the right time to just say, you know what, why not? It is the classic album that we're very proud of, and the fans are going to dig it. I'm pretty convinced that the fans are going to love this album because by the looks of the band members' faces when we're playing these new songs, practicing them for this Creator tour coming up, this album, like, it sparks some new vibe for us.
And you were talking about the cover too, the logo. I mean, it's like the old logo, but it's like so predominant or something. I mean, it's a beautiful album cover, real super simple, but making a huge statement along with the self-title as well.
Right. Good words. I mean, it is. It's very beautiful. It's a very rich-looking, classic, basic album cover, and that was needed. I mean, for God's sakes, look at Inked in Blood album cover. I mean, you got to remember that was 4 years ago that Inked in Blood was drawn. So when we saw that, we made that decision. Are we really going to put that album cover on a title on an album for Obituary? We knew going out of Inked in Blood into the new album, we wanted classic and rich, basic and killer, and we got it. We got it from Andreas Marschall, our German artist, and he delivered a beautiful logo to us that we're very proud of. I don't wear Obituary shirts that often, but I want like a hoodie because of that logo.
Oh, it is super sharp. It really is sharp. Now this one recorded at your home studios. What can you tell us about this album from a lyrical point? Is there like a basic theme of this album or anything?
Well, I mean, I can't speak for my brother.
I know, but basically.
He doesn't even know, but I can say this very confidently. This band is on fire. Individually, when it comes to the musicians putting those rhythms down on this record and performing on this album, and my brother's voice on this record, and watching him record it this time, it's just powerful. It's classic. It's Florida death metal, bleeding Florida death metal. It's bringing back the Executioner roots. It sounds like Celtic Frost when we want it to sound like it. It's what we grew up to. It's what we want. I think it's what our fans want, and we're so proud of it. You know, the approach to this new album it wasn't that much different than what we normally do because we are basic people. We're simple guys. We have had the same style when it comes to the sound and techniques for almost our entire career. Trevor has always played a Fender Stratocaster with a Marshall JCM 800 with a Rat pedal. I have used Yamaha drums since 1988, all of my albums, except for the first album. So we kept the same approach because we know that this is Obituary, man. This is important to people. It's more important than one person. We can't just change sounds and change image and change direction because the fans are buying records needing a piece of Obituary and wanting to hear some Obituary. So, you know, we kept it very deliberate that this album is going to sound the feel of it like Obituary, but we poured our guts into the production and the performance on this record, and we're super proud of it. We're super proud of the songs, and again, snare drum sound and the production on this album I am absolutely proud of.
Well, it was fun to listen to. I mean, even the first couple of songs on the album sounded kind of thrashy to me, you know, and I was like, oh, this is cool. And like you said, your brother's voice sounds great. You don't sound like a bunch of old men, Donald.
We hide it well.
I mean, it sounded really fresh. I'm like, these guys sound like they got a lot of rest before they did this album. I mean, there's just a lot of life in it, and you know, it just the whole package. Donald is perfect. The self-title,
right on. And I think you touch on something that's very important because, you know, this album, it reflects how much fun this band has and how good of friends we are. And it's been a band for 30 years, but even though Ken and Terry have only been in the band for a few years, we're more solid as a band when it comes to on stage and off stage than we've ever been. And I think that shows on the excitement level of the songwriting on this album and the performance that the band members came in and threw down in the studio. And then when we get on stage, it is so much fun to be in this band right now. The band members, We are best friends. We are passionate about what we do, and we know that it's about kicking ass and having fun on stage. That's what the fans want, and they deserve that.
And what kind of formats are you guys releasing this on?
Obviously, the ones that everybody can possibly think of. There is, the pre-order vinyls are only a certain number and a certain style. Once they sell out, that's the end of it. The first press of the CD has a track that is not going to be on there after the second pressing. So that is incentive to people to get the first pressing. And then, of course, everything you can think of. We are teaming up with everybody to try to do everything we can, even if it's digitally, even if it's streaming, because Lord knows album sales are what try to make bands a living. And people love listening to it, but it's usually on YouTube or it's on streaming it for about a half a penny per song for the band to split between 5 people. It's sad when it comes to that aspect, but we are focused on realizing one thing. Obituary fans need to hear the new album no matter what. Stream it, steal it, go to the store, put it in your back pocket, and run out. I don't care what you do, just you need the new album.
And it's great, and it releases on March 17th, and there's a green vinyl I saw on there. So you could get like a St. Patrick's green on St. Patrick's Day when it's released, too.
That's awesome. And on this Creator Tour coming up, it's 25 shows for Obituary across America. And at the merch booth, we are going to have the only picture disc on vinyl available on this. The record label agreed to it. It was the band saying, we want something exclusive for our American fans. And Relapse literally was kind enough to say, how about the coolest one yet, the picture disc, the one with the album cover on the front and the band photo on the back that you guys can sign it for the people that buy it at your shows. And it is limited to 300 only. That means literally less than 20 a night. So those fans, I got a feeling that it's going to get sold out real quick. I apologize in advance to the fans on those later shows on this American tour coming up, but it's a fair warning right now. Picture discs are at the merch booth only from the band on this American tour.
So tell us really quick then before we go about the tour.
The tour is something that obviously it was a no-brainer for us. It's a brand new album that is released the same day of the first show of the Creator Tour. Creator have been friends of ours for 20-something years. We were never fortunate enough to do a tour with them yet. So now when they came and asked us for direct support, we absolutely said we would be privileged and honored to open and direct support with Creator. They are a legendary German band that started even just before Obituary, and that's incredible. Fans that see this tour are seeing legends. You're talking nearly 70 years combined of bands writing music and performing and throwing down. And we are excited about this. We are very proud to be representing America and Florida death metal when the kings of German death metal come to town. And we are excited about this. It's March 17th through April 15th, and on obituary.cc, all the dates, along with the Facebook page, obviously.
All right, Donald, well, thanks for taking the time to do this interview with us, and all the best on the new album and the tour, and I'm going to try to get out to see you guys when you're in Boston.
Awesome. Thank you, Jet. Hey, Boston, you guys better show up. Everybody better show up, because I'm telling you right now, this is a once-in-a-lifetime. To see Creator in America with Obituary had direct support for them. This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance for those cities that are going to see this tour with the new album. We are super stoked. And Jed, again, thank you for taking your time to listen to me talk too loud and too fast.